All right, so Brandon, Cassidy, I want to just hear, how did you guys get here to Northwest Arkansas and get plugged into community?
I came here off of stubbornness, and
Great start.
well, it's who I am. I just had grown up in Iowa, and I just kind of took the plunge one day and moved. And yeah, the Lord kind of just put me in a situation where I didn't know anybody except for him and Mumsy. Okay. And so yeah, that's how I ended up here.
Nice. Yeah, so my story's a little different. So we moved around with our family with my dad's job, and then finally moved back to Bentonville when I was 5. And so we've been here ever since. We started going to fellowship right when we moved back here. And then I went to Bentonville High School and went to the University of Arkansas. I just did the normal Bentonville life. Yeah. After college, I took a job in Houston. And so I was in Houston for a year and then decided to move to Dallas. And both those two cities were very different in and of itself.
So I knew you in high school and in college, and then you went away. And I remember when you came back, there was this deep desire and hunger for community from you. And so tell me a little bit about that from both of y'all. Just how has God met the desires of your heart, met some of the needs as you've kind of plugged into this new young adult community group?
My outlook on Houston isn't super great because I didn't really get to dive into the community. Like I didn't get to see what the city was like and the people in that city were like. I really just focused on my job. And then when I went to Dallas, like it was the total opposite. Like obviously I cared about my job and my career, but I really wanted to focus and dive into community and understand like who these people are in my life. So when I moved back to Bentonville, I knew that I didn't want people to have that same outlook on Bentonville as I do on Houston. I think Bentonville, just growing up here, I think it's an awesome town, but you can definitely get sucked up in this is a family oriented, there's no one my age, no one that is like me here. And so, yeah, this community group helps me, helps other people in this group just hopefully feel like that, and feel like they belong here, that they don't just have to have, 2 kids and a wife or a husband, right? You can actually enjoy what this town offers, what this church has to offer.
Yeah, my story's a little bit different because I moved so much. I moved 12 times in 4 years. So I was constantly just moving and making friends and then having to leave them all the time. And so I got really accustomed to that lifestyle. And then finally the Lord just kind of broke my heart and was, breaking my heart for what breaks his, and people need people. And when I ended up here and I got involved in a community group, it was exactly what I needed, because I needed that consistent community and people that you can just call whenever you need and not feel like you're a burden. And so, yeah, that was a desire of my heart, just to have people.
So what does that community look like for y'all? It's not just a one night a week thing, I would assume.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely not, which is great, which is awesome. Yeah. And that's just what I needed, which is great. Like I wanted this, but so many other guys and girls want the same exact thing. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is I wanted to always hang out. I never wanted to be alone. Mm-hmm. Well, everyone else in the group thinks the same way.
And we're all in a similar stage. It's funny, all of us moved here in June, and so it's really just, we are all wanting the same thing, like Brandon said. And Brandon is so great about just sending out a random text and be like, hey, come if you want, or don't. Yeah. But we honestly, it's all about the community and what all of us want, and we all just want each other. Yeah. And so being able to spend time with each other and not just be like, yeah, I see you on Sunday, and then nothing else. It's about, again, creating those deeper relationships and encouraging others.
So there's this aspect of you find friendships, you find community, but with that, how would you say you are also growing and learning to be a part of the greater community in the church through being part of this group?
This group does that much more. We say hey, what are you dealing with on a weekly basis? And how can I help you? And so just setting up those accountability partners in this group is what makes it go above and beyond.
Mm-hmm. For me, it's just been, the Lord has just put a desire of wanting to help other people get involved because of what it did for me. And moving here and not knowing anybody, and then all of a sudden feeling I could walk in any room in the church and know at least one person. It's just such a blessing, and it makes church feel like home. And that's what I want to help other people feel like, is just making church home for others and just having that family within the church.